Okay, so it's the next day. I would like to get to the dungeon bit, or like I guess like the free time section, you know, so then we can go through the dungeon. And I would like to get near the end of the dungeon so I have like more to grind, you know, because like before I got stuck at the very beginning because I couldn't continue the main quest until I unlocked that one door. So all I had to grind were all the dogs on that ground floor, and I didn't realize how many other things or how long this dungeon was, and like how difficult it would be to get like on the top. But hopefully we can get to near the top or like the middle of the dungeon so then I can grind there. That's like the ideal the ideal plan that I have. The runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he's certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I hope he hasn't made any dubious additions.
Whoa.
A carriage can't begin to compete with a gauntlet runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. So, like, does he have to keep driving? Like, he's gonna drive for 4 days straight? Oh. I mean, I'm just checking. It said to explore it. The pantry. There's some pristine clear water and more coney meat. I wonder who left them here. Well, okay, forget about who left them there. I wonder how long they've been left there. I mean, I guess if it's still pristine, then I guess it's okay. Oh, it's like a capsule hotel.
Got it.
It's the kitchen. I can prepare meals here. Back deck. What is this? I guess this is where you eat it. Makes sense. You need somewhere to eat.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Why does it feel like we're just going in circles around this big sand dune or whatever, sand mountain? Okay, I mean, I don't know where is the engine?
All right then.
Oh, maybe up. I have to climb the ladder or something. Climb the ladder, go up the stairs. Oh, or is this the engine room? This door must lead to the end of the gauntlet runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. Overboard where?
All right then.
Oh wait, there's another one. There's another one. Okay, it was down. Oh, he's in the end. Why doesn't he want to stay? He doesn't want to stay up like in the nicer area upstairs with the big nice table and stuff. There's like a table he can sit at. And maybe because eventually when you get all your party members, they kind of take the seats. Like he's stuck down here. Can clean. Upright, you can clean. Maybe it'll up like a stat or something. Neurus's research desk. This must be where new inventions are born. I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, I'm sure maybe he becomes like a social link. Maybe what would his class be? Engineer, I guess. Oh, that'd be kind of nice. I mean, I don't think it would make sense to like have like a summoning class. Like if you make like you know how like the engineer in like Grand Blue, you have like a little mini. Like I don't know what they call it. It's like a mini robot, but I think it can shoot things. Or I can't remember what it can do. It can attack at least. There's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. Looks like that pipe is in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Yeah, speculating, okay. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then thanks to the kingdom's greatest mind, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Okay, but does she have, like, protection? You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things. Try using the kitchen, reading books, or using the washing machine. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling. Okay. Okay, so this is, I guess, like the extra. They do kind of give you extra, so yeah, I can understand. It's like, oh, you have, like, because this doesn't count as like a, you know, like countdown to doomsday type situation. So it's like, okay, yeah, you have extra time. They give you a chance.
Come on.
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Nearest modified to create wind that collects dust. Okay, but where does I guess the dust gets collected somewhere? I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over is sure to strengthen your legs, yeah. Okay, maybe not now. I don't really... I need to focus on other things. Maybe New Game Plus, I'll just start, like, cleaning the floors and stuff. What do I need to upgrade? I need to upgrade my courage and my eloquence and imagination. Red grass roasted bideau, curative coney roast, coney stew. Wow, wow. Maybe I'll wait until I actually have like a lot of ingredients and stuff. Read a book. Oh, Pride and Persuasion. This book outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others. I haven't even started it yet. More eloquence. Yes. Read the book.
What's that?
Apparently, this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section is part of the basics. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and humble demeanor. Then use flattery to probe for weak points.
What are you talking about?
Probe for weak points? Why? To gain the upper hand. So that you can gain the upper hand, perhaps?
No kidding.
Oh, I see. It feels a bit underhanded, but I guess if you need things to go your way, that's how it has to be. I feel like paying close attention to the art of persuasion has increased my eloquence. That was a lot. 4 points, I guess. I'm surprised. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly. Okay, maybe... I think the debates are supposed to up your eloquence. Maybe that's why, but I didn't get to, like, debate parts yet. So maybe I'll read the other book instead.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
They both increase imagination. Okay, Hulkenberg, I'm already here, so I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? this power we've awoken to. I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? It's cool.
Certainly.
I think it's cool.
I see.
I do find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not speaking of how they look per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long. The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves.
All right.
We sure she just doesn't like to eat? It's getting quite late, but we've a ways to go yet, so I would very much like to continue chatting with you.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh? They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are. But I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners are really neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast. But, just keep an eye on the road, okay, Nearest? Okay, we'll read the other book. I actually missed what it would raise, so... Oh, can raise courage. Wait, let me see what this book... Imagination. Let's see. Courage. We'll do courage.
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why, one day, I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory, and not just mine. All the ruined hometowns.
Hey!
How about you? I shared my plan, let's hear yours. What do you do when this fight's over? Like to travel.
So that means...
I think I'd want to travel.
Oh, I see.
To go where the wind takes you, I take it. That does sound nice. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not to leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Louise.
Look at that.
I want to do something about that, too.
Yeah.
I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain. You resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? I just do whatever. I waver sometimes.
No.
I do have moments where I waver. I suppose we all do, but you manage to keep a cool head when you do. Well, yeah, when you do, unlike me. That's why you're our captain. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all this. Anyway, the sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up. Caring for my weapon has fortified my will to fight as well as increased my courage.
All right.
Oh.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Ahoy! Break time, chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Is it floating?
Wow.
Wow, it's so pretty.
That's...
It's not just the leaves, it's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future, and how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nearest pulled a sheet of paper with a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Nearest, how did you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. Wasn't it for research? I thought you needed this for research. All the pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. Okay. I received Nearest's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there.
Hey, why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey, and we could tell her a story about this place. Okay, the next time we're in Grand Tri, I should give this drawing to her. Okay, I have to remember. I have to remember. A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel like seeing this rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
I feel like maybe wisdom is like the fastest to go up, but I don't know. Maybe the first level was faster just because you needed to get to level 2 just to start Brigitta's social link.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Now then.
So next up is Martira. Martira. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? Maybe they had no allies.
What's that about?
Maybe they lacked allies.
Oh, I see, I see.
Try as they might, even the strongest king wouldn't be able to establish a country by himself. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. though, all this does make me wonder just how many more of these powers are still out there.
All right.
Oh, it's so close. Come on now. Oh, come now. It's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. I don't know why, but like the table makes it look like they play some board games on their like when they're not like off screen or when they're not busy.
Time marches on.
Like they have like,
and the
oh
age of
damn,
the new king
nearest you
draws
got board
nearer.
games here too. They don't have cards. I just imagine them all playing like Old Maid or Go Fish.
Finally! We're out of the desert!
Huh?
Oh wow! I missed all this green!
Ugh. Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere. What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
A cannonade.
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign! Ah!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Okay, but can we just like
Prominent
scoot
candidates.
past them? Like,
Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
it doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opponent's side's gauntlet runner.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to hold each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Louise's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Louise's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I get the feeling he might not need it anyway, but like at the same time, I mean, then again, he doesn't really exactly know that we're against. What? Okay, you know what? We'll help him out. Should we help him out? I mean, we are trying to get his attention, so hey, let's help him out.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us?
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now.
Can we at least come up with a good excuse before we announce it?
You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Are we fighting him? Oh, Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now. Oh god, and I didn't save.
You dare interfere in my fight? Know your place. Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
Warrior!
I'll cut you down!
Prepare yourselves! Is there another way? Let's work together!
Nice! Not now.
See, she at least if she knew like a stabbing move, you know,
Let justice prevail.
might be a little bit better.
I strike with conviction!
Like maybe there's another class that like learns how to stab.
This is God's judgment! What could you hope to achieve?
He knows we can't attack him.
I call upon
toying
royal
with us.
power within!
I mean, they probably blocked that shit.
Hack and slash!
I'll let my Vitus power.
I'm obliged.
My thanks!
Captain!
Witness me,
Power of
brethren!
heroes!
Let's go! What could you hope to achieve?
Are you prepared?
Captain!
Let's come
they've got your
forth, royal
defenses
soul!
down.
'Twas needed.
Helpful as ever.
For all that we strive for! Huh, take this!
Resistance is futile! More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now! Feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh!
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my
Hang in
brothers!
there!
Sanctism will reign! Here they come.
Captain! They've
I
got
shall
your defenses
vanquish
down.
evil! Hack and slash!
Okay, he resists
Behold
that.
my power!
Okay, he resists
Observe
that
the enemy.
too. Okay, he resists
Let
all that
justice
shit.
prevail.
And we have no magic. The only magic we have is light magic. So,
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I have fire magic.
I'll stay my blade.
Witness me,
No
brethren!
holding back!
Here,
Moving
maybe.
to the rear.
Oh, my bad.
Time to go offensive!
You know what? Look, thank God it doesn't take a turn. Okay, let's see. What do I have? What do I have? Or maybe darkness? You'd think darkness.
This calls for one of these.
Oh,
Keep it up, Stroll!
Sanctism will reign! Take this!
What can I do?
Badly wounded.
underestimate
Can anyone heal him?
We're not out of this yet!
Thank you.
My thanks!
Stroll!
I
They've sapped your defenses!
No. Join with me.
We'll combine our strength!
Vulcanberg's ploy
Oh, I thought it would-
weakness.
Take this!
I thought that's what that meant. That it would be one time weak. I was like, oh, it would be
Joe
one
badly
time.
wounded. Can anyone
Okay,
heal him?
apparently I do not understand.
What a mess. Let's try this.
Saved your weakness. Keep it up, Stroll!
We can do this!
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Stroll!
Know
They've
your
sapped your
place.
defenses!
Peasants!
Oh, I guess afterwards
Power
it did
of
it.
heroes.
Let my power support you.
Falkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
Give me your aid!
We'll combine our strength.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
But like, okay, was there?
Bend the
I
knee
must have missed it
and
because
yield
how
to the divine truth of sanctism.
how is it that he gets this like, you know, his technical immortality buff, but we don't even know where technically, because he's not on that fucking rock either. Like what did the guy like share it with him? like I don't understand. But whatever.
Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose.
Like, look,
At
it's
the
your fault
very
for
least,
parking
I can
so
thrash your old
close.
clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey, get down here. What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I just wanted to help you.
A likely story? Out with it. What's your motive?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to.
Wait, but how did he get here? Didn't his ride just leave? He's part of Sancticism too. They just ditch him.
Just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
I think you're talking to the wrong
Songstress?
person.
Wait, is she the same Nidia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna! The kingdom's greatest singer! The dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose...
No one was asking. Just do it if you want to do it.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Luis.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Saintist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady June is safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
Take a wild guess. Just be truthful with it.
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition? Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
I mean, I thought, okay, these are very to the point. Probably not this one, at least. And I mean, we could pick this one just to suck up to him, but he might know it's a lie. I mean, this is literally the most neutral option, you know, like not mentioning the prince and not mentioning him, like, hey, yo, you know, because I thought there would be more like, oh, you know, I want to like see some change around here, because it kind of sucks if you're part of the ladder of the 8 tribes, or technically 9, because Elda's is is like a tribe too, but apparently there's like what feels like none left, and maybe fairies count too, so I don't know. We'll say to become king. He might see us as an enemy.
Hey, I know you want to get this right, but this is no time to get lost in thought.
I was all okay, will it help you?
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
See, that's what I wanted to say.
Most
Like,
interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis. You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Jaime, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the gauntlet runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the gauntlet runner.
Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Oh.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Maybe I should look into Comero when we get to Martiro.
This one's important.
Maybe this is like the start of his social link. We left Nura's, who had dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed towards our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet Runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh.
So we'll arrive in Martira this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know, a carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Oh, at least they had somewhere to park.